welcome you to another closing bell session, and we are almost in the third, also so-called third month, of the trading year. Time passes very quick after the Chinese New Year has gone, and we are at the closing bell for week ending March 1st, 2013. Now let's look back at our notes that we have last week. Last week the KLCI was doing at 1618, alright, which is at this par here, which is here. This is Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. So we are somewhere here. And my notes here, we did see a spring, I think, which is quite evident. We saw a spring here, and we did talk about the triple bottom here. There you go. So it's a very, very strong support, and that's a formation of a triple bottom now. So we were expecting at the same time last Friday the dissolvement of the Malaysian Parliament, but it did not take place. However, that has not taken place. I think somehow the market has sort of credited in that the election is not going to happen in March. It's likely to happen sometime in April, May, and June. Definitely. Now, if you look at the holiday period for the school holiday, there is a holiday period at the end of May. If I have it in my calendar here, would be 25th of May up to 9th of June. Now, having said that, all the election need to be done before end of June. So we are looking sometime end of May as well. So the market have decided that they have enough of this, and let's push it up. So that's what we saw Thursday, which is yesterday, a 5-day line change, which is almost a 18-day line change, and equivalent to a monthly breakout. At this point, market's not going to go down. I think the danger point has already been tested at 1600. Now, if we switch this to a weekly chart that I talk about, you can see the tail, which is the lower prices at 1600, are heavily rejected. So that's good news. We are looking to go higher than lower at this point in here, because the volume spread analysis always puts you on the right side of the market, because we can see that there were minor evidence of sign of strength. There were tests here. We could see there's a test in here. At this point, we were either a test or no demand. If it's a no demand, market have to break down. But it didn't break down to 1620. Okay, let me just draw it for you. Okay, we got no demand here. It's either no demand or a test. If it's no demand, we expect to break down. If it's a test and it's successful, it's going to mark up higher, and it did. So where are we going to go up? If we do break above the 1640 or 1645 level, I think let me make a note here. Next test of resistance, okay, would be 1645. Okay, so that's the next level of test rate. So at this point, we do see heavy surge in foreign funds. A heavy surge in foreign funds. Yesterday we got a surge about 335 million net buying. So that tells me next week we will expect some pullback. Also, we are almost at the high at 1640. So a little bit of pullback. It's possible profit taking. However, it's going to be minor. Now the key thing is the 200-day support. The 200-day support here. Let me take a note here, which is at the 1628, should not be breached. Okay, so let me just repeat. The 200 moving average at the 1628 should not be breached. If it does breach, hey, this is going to go down, then going to go up. But at this junction, it may test back in here, maybe 1630, pull up very, very fast. This volume that's coming back down is going to be very, very, very low. Okay, so take note of that. And another thing, if you go on to the FBM 70, if you've been following the FBM 17 on my daily opening at 10 o'clock posting, I always say that the FBM 70 tells you the broader market view, right? So you could see yesterday, let me just refresh this again. We have seen it actually took out a bit earlier than what we see. So you see this part here when it broke through it. So I was pretty convinced that the FBM 30 will flow through. How do you feel about the market at this point? How do some of you feel about the market at this point? Do you feel it's going to turn back bullish or bearish? What's your sentiment? Right, let me know. Right, how do you feel about the market now at this junction? Okay, now going back on the foreign funds in here again. The foreign funds are good, because some reply here. Yes, David says it's depending on the general election. Now, I did talk about today on March 2013. On the longer term, the general election will not play much, provided we have a really so-called tsunami wind that either on the Barisan side or on the Pakatan side. To me, that's more important. If it is a status quo, that's good for the market. Means Barisan will still retain the premiership of the country, but without major majority, then it's be good. But my question is, should Barisan win a lot more? Okay, now there's going to be a lot of chaos, or the Pakatan win a lot more. To me, the swing of the extremity is my biggest concern in here. If it's business as usual, Pakatan keep in, then we have another 4 years of continuing upstream market going higher. That's how I see it. Okay, pretty much things are pricing. Emerging markets, in this case Malaysia, remain very bullish, is viewed by the foreign funds. Okay, what we are seeing here, you can see foreign funds since for the month of February. If you just draw my line in here, you could see we have an average about 100 million net buying in here, and it sums up to about 1.7 billion net buying. That's quite well. That's almost, if you look at the overall total since we have January last year, that's almost 10%. 1.7 is about 1%, not much. But what's important, you can see the 5-day rolling here, it's hooking up. Means there is accumulation here, and we do see this. Finally today we have a surge. Let me just bring this down a bit. Right, there you go. Right, important hook here. Hook up. Let me just push this again. Yep, this is what I'm talking about. The hook up in here. Now, for those of you who've been following my report, you may